All right, students, let's start the discussion. Yeah, so let's start the discussion, Lamani. Starting from what is transportation? Let's start. Yeah, a quick introduction of this lesson. This lesson is Lamai, lesson 10 in your syllabus. This lesson will be what, Lamai? Lesson 10 in your syllabus. The name of the lesson is transportation and it's highly questionable in A levels. It's highly questionable in A levels. So yeah, I'll be what quickly discussing the entire lesson within one session. In this session, I'll be what quickly discussing the entire lesson meaning. So, kids, if you have any doubts, you are what capable of, or else like you're allowed to let me know. Yeah, second. Uh, so, kids, let's start what from transportation. What is transportation? So the first question would be, what is transportation, right, Lamani? So transportation means it is the process of moving. It is the process of moving goods or people from one location to another location. I mean, like, there is no need of explaining it further. You know, you like, I mean, everyone can understand, right? I mean, transportation means it is the process of moving goods or people from one location to another location. Yeah, that is transportation, like from one location to another location, moving goods or people. Then, Lamai, the next question would be, what are the what are the elements of transportation? What are the elements of transportation? So there are four elements of transportation available, starting from ways, modes, power, and terminals. So once again, Lamai, there are how many elements of transportation are available? Is we have four elements of transportation starting from way, mode, power, and terminal. So those are the Kerala four elements of transportation: ways, power, mode, and terminal. So what the hell is ways? Ways Kerala, like ways consist of all the roads. Ways means Lama, all the roads. Yeah, like it could be railroads, it could be I mean highways, or it could be waterways, and so on. Then what about modes? Mode mean why Lama, vehicles, all the like vehicles. Once again, land vehicles, aeroplanes, whatever it is. Then power means Lama, the fuel or the energy which is being used. Then what about terminal? Terminal means Lamai, the stations or the ports. Yeah, the stations or the what Lamai? The ports. Simple. So those are the what? Elements of transportation available. We have power, mode, terminal, and waste Lamai. So next, there is a nice question. There is a nice question, Lamai. How to ensure a balanced development of transportation system? Like how to ensure a balanced development of transportation system. Now this is an interesting question which was what tested in A levels. Okay, like this and what this an interesting what this is an interesting question which was constantly tested in A levels. Like what is the question? What are the like sorry, how to ensure a balanced development of transportation system, Lama? No. So the question is very simple. The question is like how to ensure a balanced development of transportation system. Or else, like I can remember there was a question like this: by developing only routes, like there was a question, by developing only routes, can we expect a balanced development of transportation system? There was a question like that. By developing only routes, can we expect a balanced development of transportation system? Yeah, there was a question like that. So what is the answer, Lamai? So, like, can you expect a balanced development of transportation system by only developing roads? No, it isn't possible, Lama. If you are what? I mean, if you are a person who is into Sri Lankan politics, you can clearly see, Lama, in Sri Lankan, like in Sri Lankan political economic system, they think by developing only roads, yeah, or else by developing only ways, we cannot create a balanced development of transportation system. So what's my point is, Lamai? Like, the answer is no. In order to create a balanced development of transportation system, all the four elements or the variables of transportation system should be developed. I mean, come on, kids. Like, by only developing roads, how the hell can you create a balanced development of transportation system? I mean, is that even possible? No, ne. I mean, it's not possible. You cannot expect what balanced development of transportation system by just what? By just doing what? Repairing roads. The best example was the period while we were in crisis. So at that period, yeah, like we had ways, we had vehicles, we had ports, but we did not have any what? Fuel. I mean, could be capable of transporting them? No, la. It's very simple. In order to create a balanced development of transportation system, all the four variables of transportation system should be developed. I mean, developing only what ways will not be sufficient. According to Sri Lankan people, transportation system is equals to ways. No, la, my ways are just one component of transportation system. By just what laying more and more roads, you cannot expect a balanced development of transportation system. I mean, come on, kids, that's not even possible. And the next example is, Lama, countries like South Korea. Yes, kids, not South Korea, North Korea. Have you guys heard countries like North Korea? Yeah, you have heard, right, Lama? So countries like North Korea, their roads are perfect, okay? I mean, their roads are simply perfect. But what's the issue? What's the issue, Lama? Their people cannot afford of purchasing motor vehicles, and even Sri Lanka, the same thing. We have what? Like we have plenty of road system, but no what? No vehicles are available in the road when it comes to Batiklo, like when it comes to all those like areas. Now my roads are perfect, but there are no vehicles. Why is it? Because people are incapable of purchasing those. I mean, purchasing vehicles, and the best example is Central Expressway. Sri Lankan government. I mean, I'm not criticizing. I'm telling you all the facts. Sri Lankan government has spent plenty of dollars, and they have prepared those Central Expressway. And just go and see like whether you have vehicles there. Like, no vehicles. I mean, like there'll be vehicles, but uh, only a few. So what I want to say is that my transportation means it's like process of moving goods and services from one place to another place. And it's not what transportation means. It's not building roads. Ne. Transportation means it is the process of moving one like goods or people from one location to another location. And for that, roads are I mean, like you need roads, but it's not sufficient by only having roads. That's what I want to say. You need to have proper vehicles, you need to have the power, you need to have the terminals. All those things should be available. Now, these kinds of questions are constantly tested in A-levels. Either how to test, how to what? Like either like this, okay, like how to ensure a balanced development of transportation system, or as like they'll be asking by developing only roads, can we expect a balanced development of transportation system? So your answer should be no, and by writing no, it's not sufficient. It's not sufficient. Uh, so kids, hope it's very clear. So like here, yeah, all the elements of transportation system should be developed. Okay, next one. Importance of transportation. When it comes to importance of transportation, Lamai, that could be categorized into what? Like three criteria or as like three sectors. Importance of transportation should can be categorized into what? Three kind of sectors, Lamai. First of all, for the businessman, next one for individuals, and finally for the economy. Lamai, what are the like importance of transportation for businesses? Yeah, for them to obtain raw materials at required time, then to what? Distribute final products to the market at the correct time, then to what? Get workers. on to the work on time, then to maintain business relationships. Now, kids, these are the what? These are the importance of transportation to businessmen. I mean, the first one is very obvious to what? To obtain raw material at the required time. If you are conducting a business, you will understand the importance of what? The importance of getting raw materials at the required time. And next one, Lama, distribute what? Final products to the market at the correct time. Yes. Once again, the same thing. If you are conducting a business, you'll definitely what? Know the importance of letting your products to the market at the correct time. Then am I getting the workers or the employees on the correct time? Then finally, to maintain business relationships. Just think and see if there is no what? If there is no so-called transportation, lot of us what? Will not be capable of maintaining business relationships. Okay, next one, individuals. For individuals, the main one is entertainment. Yeah, entertainment. Individuals, you guys, what? Like, I mean, what are you like doing? Like, my trip and all, like, yeah, what are you doing? You're just what? Engaging in transportation. You go to what? Either Norelia, either Goal, or either what? Either Batiklo. Am I correct? Sri Lankan what? Sri Lankan trips are limited to Norelia. I mean, majority. Goal or Batiklo. Those are the what? Three destinations will be going away. Without night. So anyway, like for those activities, what is help in transportation? Then education, especially physical classes, Lamani. Then for tourism, definitely for tourism, like even to go abroad. Then next on social relationships. What about social relationships, Lamani? Kids, what about social relationships? Like to what? Get together, meet your friends, and finally to conduct day-to-day activities. So all those activities, Lama, you need what transportation. Next on economic advantages. What are the like importance of transportation to the economy? First of all, it provides job opportunities. Like what about pilots? What about what? Ship captains? Like those are simply jobs which get the highest number of like highest amount of salary in Sri Lanka as well as the world now. And now those jobs are resulted of transportation. Starting from a what normal cab driver up to what? Up to pilots and ship captains. I mean. So all those people are what? Engaging in jobs due to transportation. Just think and see the importance of it, Lamine. Just think and see the importance of transportation. Just think what would happen if there was no transportation. What would happen to those people? They'll simply what? Lose their jobs. So definitely transportation is providing hell of a lot of what? Job opportunities. What about Lamaya aeroplanes? How many what? How many employees are available in aeroplanes? What about ships, Lamaya? Especially cruise ships. How many what? Employees are available in yeah, cruise ships and how much of salary do they get, Lamaya? Just think and see, man. Just think and see. So like although like we don't understand the importance of transportation, if you like kind of analyze and if you kind of conduct a research, we can see at least around what 10%. More than 10%, I can like boldly say more than 10% of the job market is what? Consisting of jobs related to transportation. I can clearly say, Lamai. Not only that, like even what? Bus drivers, conductors, then those what? Railway, the people who are working in the railway department. Even in Sri Lanka, just think, Lamai, how much of people are working in the railway department? Pick me, all those things are now with that like online delivering and all those things, yeah, couriering. I can go on, Laman. There are plenty of job opportunities arose due to transportation. And like, what about the most uh, what about what most richest people in the world at the moment? We have Jack Ma. He's a what? He's a person who is conducting business in the field of transportation. We have the owner of Amazon. Yeah, who is the owner of Amazon? Yeah, Laman. You guys are aware of him, right? Yes. Who is the owner of Amazon? Okay, now who is the owner of Amazon? It's what? Jeff Bezos. Once again, he's around, I think, first or second, right? I cannot exactly remember. First was like the most, either the most or second most richest person in the country according to the newest update. Hmm. Those people are conducting their business related to what? Related to transportation. I mean, to be precise, logistics. So what else can I say? Next one. To maintain foreign relationships, indeed, just to maintain what? Like a country to maintain what? Foreign relationships with other countries, you need transportation. Then to conduct what? Trading activities, yes. To what? Conduct buying and selling activities, then Lamai, it will help to increase the GDP because of what? Transportation help to increase the production. Yes. Next one, kids. What next? Yeah, provide income opportunities and yeah, increase in the living standard of people. Yes, Lamai. No, no. Okay, sorry. So if I explain you all the last point, increase the standard of living. So once again, I would like to explain that point. Like, can any student let me know what is exactly meant by that, Lavanya? What is meant by increasing the standard of living? What is exactly meant by that? What is meant by increasing the standard of living? What is exactly meant by that? It is the process of what, Lama? It is the process of satisfying human needs, human what, Lama? Needs in an advanced manner. In an what, Lamai? Advanced manner. Now that is what? That is what is meant by increasing the standard of living. It is the process of satisfying human needs in an advanced manner. Yeah. For example, if you were traveling what? If you were traveling through a cycle, now you are like, just assume last year you were traveling through a cycle, but this year you are traveling through what? Let's assume a car now. That is what? That is an example of increasing the standard of living, Lamai. Yeah, obviously transportation leads to what? Increase our standard of living. Huh? Now we have, yeah, just, I mean, mostly at the present, if you ask what, if you ask like kind of a young generation person, what is the first thing you need to purchase? I mean, the first big asset you need to purchase, it's not a house, Lamai. What is it? It's a what vehicle, kya? Either a nice bike or a nice motor car, right? Am I correct, Lamai? Am I splitting facts or not? I mean, obviously after the mobile phone, I mean, mobile phone it's not a huge asset. Ne? So like when it comes to what purchase, when it comes to huge assets, if you ask from like the youth generation or the younger generation, what do you like to purchase? They would say it's a motor vehicle. Am I correct or not? So like just think and see how much transportation has influenced us, Lamai. But if you like go to 1990s, 1980s, at that time, Lamai, houses were the big thing, okay? Building mansions and all those things were the big thing. But now, it's not that, Lamai. It's about what? Purchasing sport cars, or like purchasing more and more motor vehicles. I don't know why is it, but that's how it is, Lamai. So that's the importance of this what? Listen, the transportation. Next one, a kind of what? Highly questionable part, Lamai. What are the factors that should be considered before selecting a suitable mode, Lamai? So the question is, what are the factors that should be considered before selecting a suitable mode? So what is the answer? Like, what are the factors, Lamai, that should be considered before selecting a suitable mode? Means like before like selecting a suitable vehicle for transportation. Huh? Like when it comes, yeah, just consider land transportation, or else like just consider Lamai transportation that happens through highways. Now there are plenty of what? There are plenty of motor vehicles. There are plenty of what? There are plenty of motor vehicles which travels on the road level. And before selecting one of them, here they ask him what are the factors you should consider. Obviously, you should consider about the cost. For example, let's assume Lamai, I want what? I want to transport vegetables from Nuwar area to Lamai. Colombo. I need to transport what lamine? I need to transport. I need to transport vegetables from Nuareli to Colombo. Okay, can someone let me know a suitable vessel or a suitable mode lamine? So what do I need to do? I need to what? I need to transport vegetables from what? From Nuareli to Colombo. So you guys, yeah, please kind of suggest me a good vessel lamine. Yeah, a good mode, a good vehicle. Yes. Can I get some suggestions, Lama? Okay, okay, like, okay, bus. Now, if you are what a kind of a really attentive student, one of you all, yeah, okay, another student is telling, okay, good, lorry, okay, lorries, train, okay, good, okay, railway, good, okay, good. Those answers are perfect. So, like, if I, yeah, good, these are good answers. But the real question you should ask me is, what's my budget? What's my budget? Then the obviously what about the nature of the goods? Okay, that's not an issue. Then what about the safety? Like you should ask like, what about the safety? Yeah, then you should ask about what Lamine? What about the safety? All right. Then what are the other what are the other factors you should consider? The terms and conditions, Lamine. I mean, the rules and regulations, then the speed, the capacity, time taken, distance, those things should be what? Question from me before what? Before telling me a suitable mode. So like if I say like I need to transport a huge capacity of vegetables, then yeah, either lorries or train would be more suitable. And if I say like it should be really what quick and it should be like really safe, then Lamai, the most suitable one would be the lorry, obviously. So likewise, Lamai, before selecting a suitable mode for transportation, you should consider some of the facts, Lamai, starting from the cost, the safety, the speed, the time taken, the nature of the goods, the term and conditions, the capacities, and the distance. Those are some of the factors that that you should necessarily consider. The word is necessarily considered before what? Transporting either goods or people. I don't care whatever you're transporting, but the following things should be considered. The cost, especially because it changes from mode to mode. Then the safety, Lamine, the safety of the goods or the people who are traveling. Then how speed you should like it should be transported. Then what about the time taken, the nature of the goods, especially. I mean, if it's kind of flowers, Lamai, refrigerated lorries would be much more suitable, Lamai. Then what about the rules, the terms and the conditions available in a particular country? Then Lamai, the capacity, Lamai, ne? Yeah, the capacity. Capacity means the quantity of, like, I mean, the quantity of what you're transporting. Then Lamai, finally, the distance. The distance. Perfect. So simply, kids, these are some of the what? Yeah, factors that should be considered before selecting a suitable mode for transportation. So the next one would be the trends of transportation system. So the next one would be what, Lamait? What are the trends of transportation system? Like even this was tested in A-levels, Lamait. Even this was tested in A-levels. So like what are the trends of transportation system? Building tunnels, Lamai. Like in Punchiborala, they like for pedestrian crossing Lamai, there are tunnels, right? The people who are like going to school from Punchiborala side Lamai. Am I correct or not? And the people who are from Kandy, anyone who's there, yeah, who's there from Kandy. We have tunnels in Sri Lanka. Yeah, we have tunnels in those areas, right, Ramani? Kandy, yeah, once again for pedestrian crossing, we have tunnels, and in Punchibural also, yeah, we have pedestrian tunnels, right? I mean, in Kaduganda and all those areas, obviously, what we have railway tunnels. That's a different story. But even for pedestrians also, Lamai, we have we have tunnels, and there is a tunnel in Ranbudu somewhere, right? Like somewhere there was a tunnel may built for main roads. Then Lamai, expressways. Okay, that's an interesting question. Lamai, now lot of students. Okay, I'll ask a question. I'll be asking a question, a simple question. Lamai, just let me know the name of an like kind of an highway, Lamai. Just let me know the name of an highway. Just let me know the name of an highway. You guys know. Yeah, just like, the closest highway. Like just in the chat portal, let me know your location and the closest highway for your location. Just let me know, Lamai. I I just want your what location, or else I don't what. If you want, you can put it. If not, like the closest what closest highway for your area, Lamai. Okay, 30 minutes. Okay. Okay. What about others? Yes, please. Okay, we have Southern Expressway. People who are near Southern Expressway. What about others? Anyone like anyone? Yeah, what about others? I need some examples of highways. Make it quick. Make it quick. Just let me know the highways you guys know. At least you might know highways. Yeah, just let me know. Lamai. What about the highways you guys know? Yeah, we have Southern. What else? Only Southern. You guys only aware about Southern Expressway. Okay, we have the Colombo Khatnayak one. The Khatnayak thing. Yeah, yeah, the Khatnayak thing. Okay, then we have the Colombo, sorry, southern thing. Each am I? Don't we have what? Any other highways? Okay, we have the Kurunagal. Okay, the outer circle. Okay, that's a perfect one. Okay, we are getting some superb answers. Good, 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 good. Now the next question is what line? What is the next question? Those are not highways, huh? Kids, those are what? Those are not highways, huh? Kids, those are not what? Those are not highways. Those are freaking expressways, la meine. So according to Sri Lankan people, like according to us, okay, according to us, yeah, according to us, for us, highways will be equals to for us, highway. The opposite. I would like to say something like this. For us, expressways will be equals to highways. For our kids, expressways will be equals to highways. Yeah, this is the what? Freaking truth. For us, Lama, expressways will be equals to highways. Ye mata bhi thangi. Like that, that's what we think, Lama, and that's not true, kids. That's not true. Expressways are different and highways are different, Lama. So, like all what you guys now said are expressways, kids. Please learn the correct thing. All what you just said are examples of expressways. In Sinhala, we call it Adivegi Marg. What about in Tamil? Do we have a specific name for that? In single, you call it Adivegi Marg, expressways. Highways are known as Mahamarg. I mean, highways are just Mahamarg. Highway, the best example of highway is the road which is what available near your house. Was it clear? Learn the correct things, okay? Please. So, what are expressways? I mean, traditionally, expressways can all the examples what you just said. Those are expressways, Adivegi Marga. But highway can like that's a common term which is referred to the roads. It's a common name given for all the roads. All the roads on land. Main roads. I mean, all those things are what? Comes under highway. Yes, then highways equals main roads. Definitely. Definitely. I mean, main roads. Even to be, I mean, if I be precise now, even what? Expressway is a what? Is an example for highways. It's not the same, okay? It's not the same. You should like a high like examples of highways are like you have the what Candy Colombo Road, then we have the Nigam Road. Those are examples of what? Those are freaking examples of highways, am I? But expressways kiyanne, specifically expressways kiyanne, like Southern Expressway. Just look at their names, la mine. Just at the moment Google and see what is E01. Then we have E02, we have E03, we have E04, then you have E05. All these things are what? Mm, I mean, it's even it starts from E. It starts from E. So, like, if it's highways, why not start from H? As we like old Salama, like as you all means as all the Sri Lankans see, if what if expressways are highways, why those names are not starting from H? Why the hell is it starting from E? Yes, kids, that's my point. Are you guys agreeing with me or not? So when it comes to E0, I think E01 is Southern Expressway, right, Lamine? What about E02? Is it Outer Circular one? Outer Circular Expressway, right? So these things, please, what I have come across these questions in FWC. E03, what is it, Lama? Is it Kotnaik one? What about E03? Is it Kotnaik Expressway? Yeah, I think it's Kotnaik. Guys, Lama, expressway means simply what? These are the expressways. Highway means like all the roads on land. All the what? All the Lama, roads on land. Huh. Please, Lama, take this down. So it's more an extra. Yeah, trends of transportation system. Yeah, at the moment learning the trends of transportation system, Lavani. So expressways, yes. I mean building expressways, not highways. Okay, that's what I want to teach, Lavani. Building expressways, not highways. Yes, kids. Building expressways, not highways. Expressway can like all what you said is expressways, but highways are not Expressways, highway is anything what? Any road available on the main land limit. Example, you have the Colombo Candy Road, we have the Nigam Road, even the lane which is coming what to your house could be considered as what? An example of highway. Yeah, that's the truth, Lamai. That's the ultimate truth. So what is the ultimate truth, Lamai? The ultimate truth is even the road which is coming to your house could be considered as a highway. Even the what, Lamai? Even the road which is what? Which is coming to your house is an example of highway. Yeah, even the road which is what? Coming to your house is an example of highway. Okay, let's move to the next one. Then we have courier in Lamai. Yes, we have courier in the even that's a, what kind of a new trend, Lamai. Even I like that trend. I'm a big fan of that. Then we have electronic vehicles, we have e-vehicles, then we have flyovers. You know what's flyovers? Like there is a flyover in Taliogada, there is a flyover in Rajagiri, and eco-friendly, using eco-friendly power sources, Lamai, for example, like sunlight. Wage. So these are some of the new trends available in the transportation system. Alright. Simple, Lamai. These are what? These are the trends of transportation system. You have what? Building channels, then expressways, couriering, elec electronic vehicles, flyovers, what? Eco-friendly power. Okay, next one. The next question, suggestions to improve the railway transportation in the country. Okay, like, uh, they're asking some suggestions to what? Improve the railway transportation in a country. Okay. So, has someone come across a question like this in ALS? It was available. Like it was available in ALS. Not only once when it was available on like available around four times like Hyderabad this question. Like what are the issues available in the transportation system? Not sorry. What are the main issues available in the railway transportation system of the country and name few suggestions to what rectify them. Those kinds of questions available. So once again, there were questions like this. Lamai, what are the issues available in the present railway system and like indicate some solutions to rectify them. So here I am talking about the like kind of suggestions and it what issues like which means yeah. On the other hand, you cannot get to know the issues as well. Okay. The first one is what Lamai laying dual railways now. What about laying dual railways? Can someone explain to me, Lamai, what is rail? Yeah, laying dual railways, Lamai. What is meant by that? Laying dual railways. What is meant by that, kids? Laying dual railways. Lamai, laying dual railways, kya what is meant by that? I don't know whether you are aware of this or not, Kiela. After like, have you been to Kadugan through train? Someone, yeah. Have you ever been to Kadugan? Like, I mean, have you ever been like past Kadugan through trains, Laman? Yes, no. Someone, have you guys like kind of traveled through Kadugan, like travel across Kadugan through a train? Lamai, there is only one railway track, right? Am I correct? Hmm? There is only one railway track, right? Even after like after Nigammo railway station, there is only what? For Kochigada and all those area, like there is only one railway track, right? Am I correct or not? So that's personally that's one of the what weaknesses I see in Sri Lankan railway lines, Lamai. Madam Matakwe as per my knowledge, the first railway line was established from is it Colombo to Abebusu? Was it from Colombo to Abebusu, Lamai? Yes, so no, I can remember we all learned it in history, right? And it was built, I think, in 1860s. Was it 1860s? Yes, am I correct? Can someone rectify me Lama, if I'm wrong? I think it's 1860s, right? Yeah, is it 1860s? I think yes. So that like In 1860s on like in 1860s only lama, like the first railway was built in Sri Lanka, which is from Sri Lanka, sorry, Colombo Fort to Ambepussa. Then they extended to what? Candy as well. Now we are in what? Now we are in 2020 what? 24, which is around what? 164, like yeah, around after 164 years, okay? And we have still not expanded our railway system, man. Just think and see. What about Sri Lankan, I mean, railway development, la, I really don't like to talk about it. Why is it? I mean, the British government, they kind of built the railway system in the country in 1860s, 1870s, 1880s, again, like they built the entire railway system in our country. And from that day onwards, or as we got the what independence in 1948, from that day onwards, as Sri Lankans, no government or as no Sri Lankan like person or like uh, individuals were capable of expanding the Sri Lankan railway system. Just think and see. What about the state of Sri Lanka? Just you guys think and see. They built the railway system which we are using today around 160 years ago, and we are still using what those railways, those stations without any issues. But like after we got the independence, where have we extended our railway system? Huh? No, Lama. We have extended to what? The one and only place we have extended railways what? For poverty, Lama. That's the one and only thing we have what? Extended our railway system for poverty and for what? Loans. And Mandanne wala dannadu, I don't know whether you guys are aware of it. Like at the moment we have only like when it comes the Visavila railway line Lama, at the moment we have what? We have only railways for Visavila. But I don't know whether you guys are aware or not, you can ask it from your parents. To be precise, there was a railway like line which is going up to Ratnapura or somewhere near Ratnapura. You guys are not aware of that, right? I mean at the moment there are only what trains up to Visavila, but the government, the British government, they they I mean at their time or it's like they have established a railway line up to what? Up to Ratnapura Lama. But that railway line is now closed because of lack of maintenance. So like they were like because Sri Lankan our railway department is incapable of managing it properly, like it was not used from Avisavel. So that's how Sri Lankan development happens, Lama. It happens what? Backwards. It happens how, Lama? Backwards. That's how it happens. Avisalu Kurudia. Now it's not there, right? Am I correct? You guys should be aware of those things, okay? You guys should be aware of those things. And I think recently they expanded to Beliata. That's the only thing what that's the only freaking thing that happened recently in railway system. La. And that thank God what Mahindra thank God for Mahindra Rajapaksa being in what? Being in gold like being born in what? Southern district. Likewise, Lamai, we should choose what? The Western province people, if you need a development for Western province, yeah, at least what? Choose a leader from Western province. Then at least what? That person will develop the Western province. Ne? Likewise, let us what? Let us select uh, a person from each province in each election, Lama. Likewise, you can create a what? A full development for the entire country, Lama. So yeah, because like since Mahinda Rajapaksa was born in southern province, like the southern province was developed, Lamai, to some extent. I mean, like they built a what? They built an just think and see they built the first highway there. Sorry, the expressway. They built the first expressway there. Then they built a what? Harbor there. Then they built a what airport there. Then they what extended the railway system there, and they what introduced the first super what express railway system for Beliatta, and introduced new railway lines. I mean, like not railway, not all railway lines, new trains, lamai for southern area. I mean, these are the things I know. Okay, I think there are more. I mean, more things which were what built in southern province. Lamai. I'm not telling like I don't like it. Okay, good. It's a part of Sri Lanka and it's developing, but the entire country should be developed. All right. So like just consider Sri Lankan state. Okay. I'm telling these things because you guys are the what future partakers of the country. And you can write these things in LLs. Don't Iran. Sometime. Yeah, yeah. Okay, like yeah, even that's even the president Raisi, right? Yeah. The president Raisi was not only traveling in an old helicopter, he was what traveling in an old helicopter at a time where like eh, it was not suitable for transportation because of the maybe snow and all those things. Okay. So once again, kids, once again, hope the first point is very clear. So personally, this is what I think, Lamai. If you need to what develop the railway system of Sri Lanka, we should at least what make dual railways. At least what another one more railway line. Next one, okay, the next one is laying railways in new places. Yeah, like try to extend the railway system. I think Lamaine may there is no railway line to Mayangan area. There is no railway line to at Mayangan area. Yeah, like for that area, then for Monaragal and all those area, like, there is no railway line for Monaragal. Hmm. For those area, like for Kadawatha Kiribadguru, there is no railway line. Like, that area, there is no railway line. So we should expand. Like, next one, computerizing the signal system. So in Sri Lanka, I don't know whether you guys are aware of these or not. Lamai. Only what when it comes to the main railway line, the signal system is only computerized until Rabukkanu Polgavila Lamai. After that, the old system is only used Lamai. So we should computerize the signal system, then like no traffic, like kind of what breakdowns will be available. Renovating stations, yes. Mm. The platforms should be renovated, then like combining railways and highways. This is something Sri Lankans we should do, lamai. In Sri Lanka we have the what railway station somewhere, we have the bus station somewhere. I mean, am I correct? The people who are what getting down from railways should what travel around 1 to 2 kilometers and go to the bus stand of that same town, Lamai. Are you guys agreeing with me or not? Example, Nigambo. I mean, the railway is somewhere, bus station is somewhere. Yes or no? Even Gampa, there is a small, like, kind of what? Uh, yep, Lamai. Not much, a bit. Even Ragama, it's available a bit. Not that much, but a bit. Colombo, there is a huge difference in Lamai. There is a huge one in Colombo. Colombo, the railway is somewhere. And that what Gunasinga bus stand is somewhere else, man, around 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers away. Yes, so no. Even the what SLTB or the CTB bus stand is what available around 3 kilo. No, sorry, not three, around one, around two again. Yeah, the kilometers. Are you guys agreeing with me or not? Just see, like just go to what foreign countries and see, man. You have the bus station here. You have the what railway station here. So it should be located close in Lamine. And I don't know whether you guys have been to Badulla. Shamai, the distance from Badulla railway station to what? Badulla bus stand is around 3 to 4 kilometers. It's a huge difference. I mean, the railway station is in Hadda Rote. I'm talking about the Badulla. Yeah, uh, so no point of talking about it. So we should combine those things. Then, Lamai, the most important thing, avoiding strikes. Yeah, the most. The most efficient and efficacious thing what Sri Lankan Railway Department is does is my striking. Makumbura railway station. Ah, yeah, that's good. Yeah, yeah, that's what should happen. So avoiding strikes, Lamai. Definitely, you should what? You should write this in ALS, Lamai. The most efficient, the most effective, the most what? Productive thing the whole what? Railway department can do is strike in Lamai. Even what? Even if the train is traveling at 60 kilometers per hour and if they announce a strike Lamai, that bugger will what? Hit the brake on spot Lamai. Indeed, huh? Just assume like you are what, traveling to Jaffna and I mean like you're in what? In like nowhere what you're like in between what? A forest and not no like no living what? No trace of living beings available. But if that driver got a message of strike, that bugger will what? Stop the what? Stop the train there itself. Are you guys agreeing with me? Even if what? Even if elephants are roaming around, he won't care. He'll what? Stop the railway or else the train then and there. That kind of what shitty department is only railway department. So you can write these things. All right. Hope up to this point it's very clear. So Lama, let's move to what? What are the different transportation ways with the advantages and disadvantages? Okay. ಮೊದಲ ಮಾತುಕತೆಯಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. Like we have mainly four what? Transportation ways. We have mainly how many transportation ways? Kids four. Starting from highway, moving to railway, then waterway, and moving to airway. And like when telling practically, like students might say, you say it's very easy to tell the advantages and disadvantages of these four ways, but it's not actually easy, Laman. Like, like it's easy to say easy, but it's difficult to really write these advantages and disadvantages. So, Lamai, for that, like I have kind of found a small shortcut. Always try to compare highways with what? Railways, okay? And then tell the what advantages and disadvantages. Railways also same. Tell the advantages of railways comparing to highway. Tell the disadvantages of railways compared to what? Highway. Then compare waterways and airways. So what about that small technique, Lama? That would what? Make it more easier, right? Instead of what? Directly telling the advantages of highway, compare highways with railways and tell the what advantages. Huh? And even same with railways. Without directly saying the advantages of railways, just try to compare with highways and what tell the advantages. Lama. So same what comes with waterways and airways. Compare waterways with whom? Airways and tell the advantages. Compare airways with waterways and what? Tell the advantages and disadvantages. Yeah, simple as that. So let's move to my highways. So kids, what is highways? Is it expressways? Is it only expressway highway? Kiyan nilamai? Ya kiyan? Is it only expressways? Yes, kids, just channel on. Is it what? Is it highways? Is it only equals to expressways? Yes, Akash. Is it so? Is it so? Highways are the only equals to what? Expressway, no highway can any main road. Any road which is available on the land. Yes, those are highways, Lamai. Learn the exact thing. So what are the advantages of highways, Lamai? It's very flexible. Flexible can Lamai. Yeah, like once again, thank you. Highways are not expressways. Expressways are just part of what highways. Highway can any road which is available in the land and they are freaking what? Flexible. Road goes like these. Have someone what? Traveled through like a Zahatango again. Have you guys traveled there from there? While going to Mayangani, like the heart among. So you can see how what? How flexible the highway system is now. If you what come across that the heart among. Uh, I have been there once. All right. So yeah, it's very flexible compared to railway now. Railway is not that much of flexible. Then low cost lamai. Okay, like mm, low. Yes, it depends on the when it comes to your traveling on bus lamai, like low cost lamai. Yes. Then available. Yes, it's like I mean roads are available everywhere, right? Lamai? And Dagana Mithan point at able to what? Go to the destination lamai. It's a good advantage of highway transportation lamai. When it comes to highway transportation, you can what go to the destination, right? Like using highway transportation. Hmm? Yeah, like directly you can go to the destination if you're using highway transportation. And next one is a variety of modes. Variety of modes. Kind of like there are a lot of vehicles, right? If you want a container, you can select a container. If you want a what bicycle, you can select a bicycle. Like you have got a lot of options. If you are like a kind of a what fan of van, you can take it. If you want to travel through bus, you can travel through bus. No issues. Then what about the disadvantages, Lamai? Compared to railways, Lamai, main roads, what? And the last point, anytime. Lamai, you can travel what? In highway at any time you want, right? Simply you can what? Travel in highway at any time you want, me. There is no what? Like there is no limitation. Like, I mean, rat and the himamukutlan, you can travel at any time you want. Extra. But there is huge traffic slum. I compare to railways, yeah. The highways, yeah. There is a huge traffic and the rate of accidents are very high. The time taken is high and capacity issues. The like arrangement local vehicle ka makadala lamai. It's the container. And what about trains lamai? Trains around 6, 7 times, not even not 6, 7 times. Around what 10 times larger than containers. Am I correct, lamai? Are you guys agreeing with me? Those huge trains are lamai around what? 10 times, 12 times larger than containers. So we have capacity issues in what? Main road transportation. So now let's move to railway transportation, Lamai. So when it comes to railway transportation, okay, yeah, the first point is really cheap. It's really cheap. It's really, really cheap, Lamai. The people who have traveled through railways might know the what? Cost of railway is really cheap. And less traffic. There are no traffic in what, Lamai? Less or no traffic. Compared to highways, Lamai, there are no traffic in railways, yes. People who are traveling in railways, yes, just let me know in the chat portal. You're really what, like going to schools and everywhere, like through what? Railways, no? No one? Next one. Then Lamai, huge capacity. Huge capacity means, Lamai, like if you're traveling through railways, Lamai, you can transport huge capacity. That's why even the government is using what? Railways to transport oil and all those things. Next, Lamai, variety of cabins. Yeah, you have like cabins to transport wood, you have separate cabins to transport oil, you have separate cabins to transport goods, you have separate cabins to transport passengers, and it could be like, I mean, sometimes canteens, TVs are available. Lama, have you guys seen canteens and TVs in railways or like, sorry, me trains? Lama, dakla dina ne? Canteens and yeah, TVs, especially these are available in trains which are what, traveling for long distance now. Like those Podimani ke kiya, like there are trains from Samudra Devi and yeah, what Rajarata, something like that. Yeah, yeah. Yal Devi, yeah, there is a train yeah, called Yal Devi, right? Those trains, Lama, yeah, they have these kinds of facilities, TVs, canteens, even like I have come across them, Lama. Then what about the disadvantages of railway transportation? Definitely strikes and vital accidents, Lama. If accidents happen, that's it. That's it. I mean, kids, yes. If what? If there are accidents which are happening through railways, Lama, it's at the poach, yeah. There'll be no trace about. I cannot exactly remember the place, Lama. In last year, in 2023, there was an railway accident in Ohio somewhere, right? Am I correct, Lama? Around 700 or 500, 400 people died, Lama. I'm pretty honest at the moment. Yes, someone who is aware of it. India, yeah, around 400 people died, right? More than 400 people died through that accident. Yeah, it happened in India last year. Three trains collided with one another. Who can remember that, Lamine? Can someone remember that, Lamine? Three what? Trains collided with each other in Ohio or somewhere in India. How about you guys are unaware of it? Oh, mabela maya. You should be capable of what? Remembering those things. Can you remember Akash? No, somewhere like Ohio, somewhere. Yeah, last year. It's last year. And it was a huge accident. And it is really bad. And not available, Lamaini. Hmm? Railways, is it available for everywhere? Hmm? Training, all I get the 10 plan. Can I come to at your house through train, Lamai? No, no, right? Simple. Then Lamai, I mean, obviously, even at the moment, Lama, you can't go to Jaffna through railways, I think, because of some renovation or something. Yeah. Ratnapura, you can't go through railways. Next one, kids. Delays, obviously. Obviously. What about delays, Lama? Yes or no? Is it happening or not? Delays? Delays, yes. If the train is to about what? Like like in the timetable it's available at 10:30, but the train will come at what? 11 o'clock now. That's something very usual. Next one, kids. What about the next one? Not not at any time. Yeah, like we can't travel on railroad at any time we want in Lamai. We can travel only if trains are available. Can you guys like you do you have what trains at your home? No, right? Do you have trains at your home to travel at any time you want? No, it's not available. So let's move to the next one. So that's a disadvantage. So Lamai, what about the waterways? The transportation which happens through seas, oceans, rivers, or whatever it is. Till the advantages compared to what? Railway, Lamai. Like, okay. For yeah, able to conduct foreign trade, yes, huge capacity, not like planes, you can transport huge capacity and like variety of ships. Yeah, kids, variety of ships. I mean, there are variety of ships, right? Like there are passenger ships, there are cargo ships, blah blah. Next one, Lama, here, you can use it for tourism, for fishing. Fishing, yeah, you can use what? Waterway transportation, Lama. Then for like, I mean, or I say it's luxury, Lama. Yeah, compared to Yahweh, yeah. Compared to Yahweh, I think which is more luxury, Laman? Is it the waterway or the Yahweh? Which is more luxury? What do you guys think, Laman? Now that's a kind of a topic a lot of students are arguing with me. When I say luxury, like they'll be like, wait a second, sir, how can you say what waterway transportation is luxury? So Laman, waterway is it luxury or not compared to Yahweh? What do you guys think, Laman? Here, kids, is it luxury or not? Waterway transportation more than airway. What do you guys personally think? Yeah, waterway or the airway is more luxury. Traveling through ships or traveling through what? Based on okay, perfect answer. But based on it depends on the package, like yes, but like I think it's waterways to like most of the time it's waterways, right, Laman? Because you have a lot of facilities in waterways, right? Even you have swimming pools, you have what? You have gyms, plane all over the other. You have golf court, you have football pitches. Am I correct? Yes or no? Inside ships, you have all those what luxury, right? Yes or no? But we have those things inside what aeroplanes? No, right? Maximum a bed, hmm, a private restroom, nothing more than that. Next one, Lamai. So what about the disadvantages of waterway, Lamai? Very slow compared to airway. Definitely it's slow and it's comparatively high cost. Like I mean, high cost kila kya Lamai. uh, If you are like if you're gonna travel in a ship like Titanic, the cost is really high. Yeah. Risky style, Lamai. Yeah. For example, if you hit yourself to an iceberg, that's it. Okay. But Lamai, how much luxury it's Lamai? Ships are really, really, really uncomfortable. Who have traveled in ships, Lamai? Yes. Yeah, someone who have traveled in a ship here. No, no one here has traveled in a ship. How would that? No one. How sad. Ship पे travel कर लेना था ना? How sad. Very, very sad Lamai. Ship पे travel कर बनाना को मुकद्दे नहीं. आज सही थे ये. Hey, hill लेने वाला my goodness. Because what? Uh, see something like this now. See something like this. See ka kiyan kilimparak nemi ya. Yeah, see ka kiyan it's not a straight road, okay? Muda kiyan kilimparak nemi. It's not a straight road la maya. Like uh, a sea is a place which can constantly change its nature. La. It can go like this, like this, or else it cannot simply available like this. There could be like tornado, I mean, not tornado, cyclones, storms, thunderstorms. So it's, I mean, the risk is obviously A plus, what uncomfortable and like it's vital. I mean, what is vital? I mean, there are accidents are vital. Accidents are freaking vital. They're definitely vital. Let's move to the last thing, Lama. The last thing here is what? Airway transportation. Now, what the hell is airway transportation? The transportation which happens through what? The transportation which happens through like aeroplanes, example like aeroplanes and so on, like helicopters. Or whatever the advantages, obviously it's high speed, it's available. I mean, like uh, it's available, right? Now, can you travel to any like own a country? Can you travel through ship? Just let me know a country where you cannot travel through ship. But general knowledge, a name of a country where you cannot travel through ships. No example? You. What about Bhutan? They don't have any what? Like oceans. What about Nepal? No. What about Mongolia? Those countries, Lama, you cannot what? Travel through ship. No, no, you cannot. Because they are not connected to sea. Afghanistan, Afghanistan is connected, right? Am I correct? I think Afghanistan is connected, right? Yes. Is it? Yeah, it's connected to sea, right? Afghanistan. Where central African countries take Himalaya. How it in me? Seriously. Like, yeah, if any one of y'all meet any what? Nepali people or what? Uh, Nepal, you Bhutan people, just ask them, have you ever like come across a what? අහලා බලන්න පොඩ්ඩක් මූදක්කේම දැකලා තියෙනවද කියලා පොඩ්ඩක් අහලා බලන්න. ගොඩක් කේන්තිය යාට they'll be really pissed off. Okay, just ask and see whether what like have they seen any what see for naked eye. Landlocked කියන්නේ like Akash don't they have any connection to what sea? No? Is it so now? Afghanistan? Uh, yeah, it's Pakistan අර පැත්තෙන් තියනනේ අය. පාකිස්තානයේ ඉරාන්ගේ පැත්තට ගියා. ඔය පල්ලෙහාම මූදට ඇති කියලා මං හිතුවේ. නෑනේ. පල්ලෙහාම මූදට නෑ මේ පාකිස්තාන් එකෙන් තනිකර වට කරලා තියෙනනේ. Yeah, yeah. Pakistan තනිකර වට කරලා තියෙනවා. Yeah, yeah. It's landlocked. Even yeah, yeah, yeah. So once again, kids, yeah, that's a good one. Over here, yeah, for such countries, Lamai, they have only what? Airway transportation. For them, yeah, we have only airway transportation. Next one. Now that's an what? Advantage of railway, yeah? And you can what write as an disadvantages of waterway as well. Like through waterway transportation, you cannot travel anywhere. Lamai. I mean, only where there is what? Oceans and seas only you cannot travel. Lamai. Then like no physical barriers. That's one of the huge advantages of what? Airway transportation. When you are traveling through what? Aeroplanes, lamai. There is no physical barriers. ඉන්නද මේ පොලිසියෙන් ඉන්නද අහසේ? ඉන කොහෙද යන්නේ? will they be asking like that? මල්ලි helmet ko will they be asking like that? Life and insurance then? No. There is no physical barriers. Then it's really helping tourism. It's really what good for transporting perishable goods, and it's really comfortable now compared to what? I mean, compared to waterways. Okay. Next one, like very high cost and more accidents, capacity issues. Like obviously, the cost tickets are very costly, and if you got accident, that's it. I think I think Lamai, මට මතකයි the most what the most deadliest airway transportation occurred in Spain. Where am I correct, Lamai? It occurred I in a small island of Spain. Around 530 people died now. Just look into Google and let me know. I can remember these things. So that's that. Likewise, I should be aware of what's happening in the world. Look, like I think around 530 people lost their lives, Lamai, and it happened in a small island of Spain, Lam. Like two flames collided with one another on the what, Lamai, runaway itself. Just Google it and see like the deadliest. Am I correct? Around 530, around 5, somewhere around 500 passengers were killed. Raman. Am I correct? Can someone confirm it to me? Then like more accidents, yeah, I got yeah. Then capacity issues, yeah, like there's a limited capacity lamai because I mean you cannot transport a lot of items through yeah. Then weather barriers, especially like when there is too like when it's too cloudy, too rainy, it's really difficult to travel through Yahweh. And yeah, the best unknown. Can you guys remember the death of the Iranian president, Mr. Yeah, Raisi, right? Even yeah, it happened through Yahweh transportation. Now. Just think and see. You know, like the most like uh richest person in Sri Lanka in 1890s. Sorry, 1980s. Lama, even he was what hijacked while he was traveling in his private helicopter. Is it Upali Vijayawardena? Yes, right. So likewise, Lama, there are a lot of like Kobe Bryant. Can you remember? Who is aware of Kobe Bryant, Lama? Yes, Kobe Bryant, kya? American basketball player, Lama. Anyone who is aware of Kobe Bryant? No, even he died through an helicopter accident. Then the procedure is very complex. Yes, oof, going abroad, very complex. Visa, blah blah. With the next thing, Lama, warehousing. So next big thing we'll be learning is what kids warehousing. So what about warehousing, Lamai? Warehousing here, like two things happen, Lamai. Storing and preserving. This is something very important. It was tested in recent A levels, okay? Warehousing. It was tested in recent A levels, okay? And logistics also it was tested in recent A levels. Like, do you guys have the past paper book? Can someone let me know? Do you guys have the past paper book? Do you guys have the past paper book? Just refer 2020 just refer 2020 A levels past paper, Lamai. 2020 A levels past paper MCQ 40 some 40 44 again balanda 44 somewhere around yeah. They have asked about logistics, kind of like the kind of a table where they have given examples of like four distribution examples and Anipathin they have asked about the what? I think they have asked about the logistics, like what kind of logistic is it? Am I correct or not? Can someone confirm it to me? Yes. Can someone confirm it to me? 2020 A levels MCQ 40 Ganapada Balanda. They have given examples on one hand, on the other hand, they're asking about the main logistics. Yes, am I correct or not? I'm correct, right? 46, okay, 46, okay. So I think even for today I can remember the may nothing returning products by the customers කියලා තිබ්බ අන්තිමට වගේ am I correct? Something like that was available අන්තිමට වගේ. Am I correct, Sweta? එහෙම එකක් තියෙනව නේද? අන්තිමට බලන්න. පටන් ගන්න මම හිතන්නේ balance logistics වල. I think they are starting from balance logistics something. But මතකයි. I can remember those things. Those things are available. Even in 2023, sorry, 2000, yeah, even in the recent BS paper, they have asked about fourth party or third party logistics. Even I can remember that. Shall I give a more surprise, Lamai? Go to 2022 A levels, paper two, question number four, 2022 A levels, paper two, question number four. There was something like Roman number three, like Roman number three or somewhere, like there was a question, something like this. Lamai. Explain one of the following two concepts, and what was available was reverse logistics and third party logistics. Am I correct, Lamai? Is it reverse logistics and third party logistics, Lamai? 2022 A levels, paper two. Fourth question, Roman number three, Roman number three, part A, Hari, B, Hari. They have asked to explain Matamata Kedra two concepts, something like that. And they were reverse logistics and third party logistics. Am I correct? Am I wrong? Did I say it correctly? Even the question number? Perfect. I'm really happy. The one thing which makes me more happy is what? Okay, predicting is not but no, like not question number three, yeah. I think you're in question number three, Sweta. I'm talking about fourth question. Fourth question, Roman number three. Predicting is not an issue, Lama, Kamati. But I really like to point out questions with the exact year, exact. I mean, I'll be not always capable of doing it, but I get really what thrilled when I point out the exact year, exact paper, exact question number, exact sub question, exact name of the question, and exact answer. Uh, Especially if it's an MCQ, I prefer to tell the answer number as well. Yeah, without saying anything. So you guys also know, please do the past papers like that. Yeah. I'm not telling to do the past papers 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. No, no. I'm not telling you to what do past papers like that. I'm telling you, even if you do the past papers one time, do it properly. Even if you do one time, I don't care. Please do it properly. Please do it in a manner where all what you did is available in your mind. Was it clear? So no point of doing past papers for 10 times, and if you can't still what remember what are the questions that was tested in past papers. I mean, no point of doing past papers for 20 times if you can't what at least remember the questions which was available on the past papers. Hmm. No point. Simply no point. එහෙම ඉතින් past papers කළා වැඩක් නැහැ. ඉතින් මාකට් කරන්න තමයි පුළුවන්. Mom past was මෙච්චරක් කරා I did this much of past papers, I did that much of past papers. But what? Not if no question or like if you have no what idea of what's available in the past papers, no point of doing the past papers. I mean, isn't that truth or not? It's the freaking truth, lah, man. Past papers ඉදි පාරක් 30 පාරක් කරාට ලක් නැහැ ඉතින් මේ past paper and මොනවද තියෙන්නේ මොනවද ප්‍රශ්න කොහොමද like how is the examiner asking the question, what are the questions available, what questions might be available in the next paper. If you can't predict those things, no point of what doing past papers. Please don't do past papers. All right. Let's move to yeah. අපි දැන් මෙතනට එමු ළමයි. So likewise, they have asked about warehousing as well. Okay, I can remember they were asking about warehousing as well. So like once again, what is warehousing? Warehousing can it is the process of storing and preserving. Now, two things happen: storing, preserving. Lamai, two things happens. Lamai. First one is storing, next one is preserving. That and that's also two things. Lamai. One is what? Raw materials. Next one is finished goods. So warehousing jadi nikan kiyan deba is a place where what goods. I mean warehousing ne warehousing not warehouse. If it's, I mean if they ask what is a warehouse, okay, a place where you what you got things lesson and store and preserve what raw materials after being purchased until they're using the production process and storing the finished goods until they're sold level. So when it comes to warehouse, the perfect definition is storing and preserving. The first thing is what lamai raw materials after purchasing from suppliers until what using the production process. And the next thing lamai and storing and preserving the finished goods after manufacturing until what given to distributors. Until what given to customers. So that's the real truth, Lamai. That is warehouse. It is the process of storing and preserving two things. First one is raw materials from where after purchasing until used in the production process, and finished goods after manufacturing until what Lamai? Until given until sold, yeah, or else until given to the customer. Are we very clear, kids? Mga nature, are we very clear? Yes or no, kids? Kyanda? Is this lesson fully, not is this lesson. Warehousing, is it perfectly clear? Yes, right. So what is warehousing? Simply two things happens. Storing and preserving. Yeah, like you just store and you just preserve. Two things. Raw materials, finished goods. Raw materials after purchasing from supplies and until what given to the production. And finished goods after production until what? Until sold to customers. Yes. Because you guys can create your own definitions. So next one. Steps of warehousing. Now, this was tested in 2021. To be precise, I cannot exactly remember the MCQ number. හැබැයි අහලා තිබ්බා. They gave around eight kind of functions of warehousing and අපිට select කරන්න කිව්වා මේ එකක් ළමයි. I think the answer was first one or the second one. Just check and see. I cannot remember the MCQ number. 23 maybe. The people who have like මම හැමදාම මගේ ළමයිට කියලා තියෙනවා. I have constantly what advise my students to bring a past paper book when you are attending my what meetings. Okay, just check my 2000. Someone please take 2021 A levels MCQ 23 maybe. Not exactly remember. They have asked around. They have given around 8 functions and they have asked to select around select the functions related to warehousing. The answer, madam, the first one was second. So like steps of warehousing. So like they have given how this warehousing thing happens. First step or receipts. Warehouse receives materials. Then they identify the materials. Like they identify the received materials. Then they inspecting the materials. Like they're checking the materials. Then they're verifying. Verifying the quality. Okay, 18th on okay, Shakika. Answer that man first on the second one. Okay. Then ensuring quality and finally retrieval for usage. Those are the what? Those are the steps of warehousing, Lamai. Those are the what? Third one, okay. Third one is yes, okay. Uh, we are halatin Lamai. Steps of warehousing process. So the first one is Lamai receipts of materials. Again, the receipts of materials. Again, first of all, warehouse receives the materials. Then they identify what they have been received. Then they inspect the quality, Lamai. Then they verify the amount of units they have received. Then they ensure the quality while being stored, and finally they'll what they issue them for usage. Laman. Are we perfectly clear, kids? These are the what? These are the steps of warehousing, Lamai. These are the 6 steps of warehousing. Are we clear? Yes, right? So the first thing, understand this. It's not you can't like you cannot memorize. It'll be really difficult to memorize, but it's really easy to what? Understand it. First one, receipts. First of all, what happens? I mean, it's obvious. The warehouse, it receives what? Materials, lamai, receipts of stock, the first one. Then second one, lamai, identification, which means you identify what you have been received. Third one, you inspect the quality of what you have received. Then verification, you ensure whether you have received all what you ordered. Fifth one, you ensure the quality, like while the stocks are being stored in the warehouse. Sixth one, you issue for what? Usage. Okay, like until you die, you cannot keep the materials in the what? Warehouse. So you're issuing it. Perfect. Next one. What are the factors considered when locating a warehouse? Okay, like what are the factors that should be considered before selecting a suitable location for a warehouse? Yeah, like before building a warehouse, what are the here we discuss about the what factors that should be considered, Lama. Yeah, the factor that should be considered before locating a warehouse. First of all, layout. I can exactly remember in the teacher's guide it was available as layout and flow of the building. So layout can like simply how the warehouse should be, Lama. The size of the warehouse, the structure of the warehouse, Lama. That's layout. Next one, Lama, nature of the materials which are being stored. Definitely should consider materials which are being stored here. Then proximity to major linkages. Like I mean, kids, you cannot what locate a warehouse in what in Dambadeniya or Yapahu වනේ ළමයි. ඒ වගේ තැන් වලකින් warehouse open කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? It should be proximity to major linkages කියන ළමයි. Major linkages කියන්නේ major locations වලට ළඟ වෙන. Like it should be close to what harbors, it should be close to expressways, it should be close to the marketplace. When you're selecting a suitable location for a warehouse, you should think those things. Men ළමයි. It's not about what? It's not about building a land in nowhere, even if it's cheap. Because you should store materials there and you should what? Retrieve materials from there. I mean, close. It should be close to your factory. It should be close to the marketplace and many more. Are kids are we done? Up to that point, clear? All right. So then my location. What next, kids? The location. Yeah. Next one is the location. So like before selecting a place for a, I mean like first of all before even what starting to build a warehouse, I should select a proper location. For example, it's not suitable to locate in a place where there is too much of uh like animals वगैरह में, where there is too much of if like where there is too much of, for example, human existence lamai, it's not suitable for a warehouse lamai. Because in a warehouse constantly the materials will be loaded, unloaded, huge sounds will be emitted, like there'll be a lot of dust lamai ne. It's not suitable for both what humans as well as to animals to live there. So like you should think those things, Aman. And if it's rain, it should not flood. There should not be any landslides. The location should be considered. Then material handling capabilities, like how the materials should be handled. Are you using automated methods? Then the cost and the environmental impact as well. How it affects the I mean, the biodiversity in the e- area. All those things should be considered, Lama. Are we clear up to this point, kids? Yes or no? Clear, right? Like at least, I mean, it's about understand at least 4 points, Lamai. You should think about the cost, the layout, I mean, the nature of the materials, material handling, the environmental impact from the warehouse. You should consider about them. You cannot what? Build warehouses. Come on, kids, it's not possible at all. So the next one would be, what are the methods used to store goods in a warehouse? Lamai, there are plenty of methods what uh, which are used to store goods in a warehouse, Lamai. So the first method is pallet tracking. A lot of students find it difficult of understanding these methods. Okay, students, like can you all raise 2024 batch? Can you all raise your hand? 2024 batch. Okay. Isn't these parts a bit difficult? What about others? No other 2024 people? And the people who are joining live as well? Don't we have any 2020? Okay. So isn't these things very, I mean, like kind of difficult to memorize? Just isn't these things kind of what difficult to memorize? It's difficult, right? Am I correct? Today I'm gonna help you in that, and that's also very quickly because I should what I have got only what another 15 minutes, and I should what finish the lesson as I promised. All right. So now, first of all, palette tracking. So palette tracking means what happens here is something like this. This is palette tracking. Like so, the definition is I can still remember the definition. Goods are on a definition. Here goods are what? Here goods are stored on top of what? One another in frames. Like nothing. Uh, here, I write the definition here. Goods are stored on top of one another, one another, on marble pallets, which are kept in a frame. Which are what, Lamine? Which are kept in a frame. This is the real definition. Lamai, what is what? What is pallet tracking? Here, goods are stored on top of one another on marble pallets, which are what? Kept in a frame. So this is the frame, Lamai. So what's the frame? Frame. This what? Pink color thing is the frame. And what happens is like people fix what pallets for these frames, Lama. People, what do they do is Lama? They fix what kind of pallets for this frame, Lama. Now this is a what kind of a pallet? These yellow color thingy, what? That's a pallet, and the real goods are stored what on top of them. Are we precisely clear? This is what I mean. Now don't what assume there is only what one pallet here. There will be plenty of pallets here. Okay, there will be what, plenty of pallets here. These are what goods. Are we very clear? No, no. This is palette tracking, man. Like we have a frame. It's very similar to what? Like it's very similar to back shelves in schools, Raman. The only thing is there is no, 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 it's, yeah, I mean, separately there is no palette, but it's very similar to what? Back shelves, Raman. So here we have the frame, which is in pink color, and yellow color, you can see the palette. That's a palette. And on top of them, Lama, yeah, the goods will be stored. Are we precisely clear? Now, this is known as pallet tracking. Here, goods are stored on top of one another on marble pallets, which are kept in a frame. Are we precisely clear? Yes or no? This is what? This is what Lamani? This is pallet racking. Simple, man. There'll be a frame. This pink color thingy, that's a what? That's a frame. Frame में क्या Lamani? There'll be what? There'll be pallets, something like this. Yellow color thing. And on top of those pallets, we'll be having what Lamani? The goods. Now, this is what pallet racking. Now, let's move to pallet flow. Now, the next question is, what is the pallet flow? My pallet flow is something very similar to pallet tracking. It's a combination of two or more what? Pallet tracks through what? Through belts. Like here, what happens is to optimize the space of what? Warehouse, several pallet racks, several pallet racks will be what? Combined to one another through marble, nothing belts, Lamai. Interesting, right? These are real things. Since to what optimize the space of a warehouse, what do they do is like they just what join multiple pallet trucks and now they can store what huge items, Lama, huge items. Oh, they can store huge items. And any pallet, yeah, any pallet flow, Lama, one side is used to what insert goods, other side is used to what take out goods, Lama. Maybe पता नहीं load करना goods और पता नहीं unload करना. That is what pallet flow. Understand the logic. It's not about memorizing these things. It's about understanding what is meant here, Ramayana. Are we precisely clear, kids? Yes or no? I want a clear response. It's very clear, right? So that is what simply this is palette flow, Laman. So I told you are the key points as well. So like in order to optimize in order to optimize the space of the warehouse, like without what? Without creating pallet tracks separately. Like if you store them separately, Lamai, space will be like wasted. So what do? Is like they join all those pallet tracks through what? Marble belts. Through marble belts, yeah. And high value goods, that are huge goods are loaded from one side and it's all unloaded from other side. So that is what pallet flow. Next one, Lamai, bulk storage, you call it block stacking. Bulk storage, or you call it block stacking. What happens here is something very simple. What happens here is like simply what? Storing goods on top of one another on the cone of a warehouse. No frame, nothing, just what? Just goods will be stored kept on one another in a place in a warehouse. Example, rice, whatever. Then pushback racks. This pushback rack thing is very like a lot of students don't understand this pushback rack thing. Even that is very simple. Like pushback rack happens something like this. Like it happens to be something like this. So it's very simple. Here, what happens is baskets are fixed to a frame and goods are stored on those baskets and those baskets are pushed back. Baskets are fixed to a frame and those what? Goods will be stored on those baskets and those baskets will be what? Pushed back after storing goods. Isn't it interesting? Indeed, it's interesting, man. So here we have baskets. I'll choose 3 colors. So what happens is you kind of what? you kind of store the goods on those baskets, and Lamai, you push the basket backwards. So the pushing the basket backwards means something like this. Now this basket, yeah, that what basket will be pushed to here. Now you can say it will be pushed to here. First of all, it will be pushed to here. Then Lama, here we will be having the what remaining two baskets. All right. Annam here. Now what happens? Now this is pushed back, Lama. Now you have the other basket. Now you store the goods in this basket. And after that also, yeah, you push that basket backwards. Simply, this is what is meant by pushback racks, Lamai. This is what is meant by pushback racks. Here, baskets will be what? Fixed to a frame, and goods will be stored on, like, kept on those baskets, and those baskets will be pushed back. There'll be layers like that. Nothing like it will overlap as it will what? It will kind of overlap kids otherwise. Uh, so now is it very clear? So the what happens is what? It's pushed back. The goods will be stored and it's what? Pushed back. There's a chain, okay, chain එකක් තියෙනවා. chain එක දාලා ඊට පස්සේ රජෙනවා. All right, kids. Hope it's done. So what happens is, yeah, there'll be a frame and yeah. So this will be the frame, Lamai. This will be baskets. Baskets will be fixed to a frame, and the goods will be stored on those baskets, and they'll be pushed back. And next one is my mezzanine. Mezzanine, yeah, a lot of students might know this, especially boys who are playing video games, Lamai. In IGI and all those things, Lamai. Yeah, even girls, they are playing games. Okay, like have you come across like kind of warehouses where like one floor is divided into two, Lamai? That is mezzanine, creating additional layers on a what? On a floor, Lamai. And it's really famous in Japan and South Korea. The people are watching those K dramas and all those things. Have you come across these like structured houses, Lamai? It's very famous in what? It's very famous in Japan, Japanese and what? Korean countries. Yes, am I correct? Have you guys come across them, Lamani? Like in one floor, Lamai, down they'll be having the living room and they'll be having a small, very, very, very small kind of a staircase, and up they'll be having their what? Bedroom. Have you guys come across such what? Such buildings, Lamai? Yes, right? That is masonry, creating additional what? Or as crafting additional layers in a warehouse, Lamai. Yeah, wait a second, I'll show you masonry. Yeah. What about Sri Lankan houses, Lamai? My goodness. आपे की बात कौन है? What about Sri Lankan houses? Huh? What about freaking Sri Lankan houses? I mean, our houses are around what? Around 10 feet. There is what? Height of 10 feet. Man, boru weda ne. देखो आपे उस आड़ी है. गिदर उस आड़ी आड़ी दोला है ना आड़ी दा है. इतु आड़ी दिखे दाल दिन याक्कुन टिंडा lamai. Innam gubbai. I don't know why Sri Lankan people what are that much of like kind of mood lamai. Have you come across Sri Lankan houses lamai? Even මතා තාගින්නත් දන්නෙත් නෑ නෑ අම්මා නෑ නෑ මේ කවදරilla බඩයි දන්නෙත් නෑ I don't know someday I don't know whether they'll come across these videos බැලුවොත් මට වඩි but I'm telling the truth even our father has built our house also like that lah. I mean we are around this much the height of the house is around 18. I mean it's very huge now. I mean no point ne. I mean okay building house of this height ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ but create additional layers. We don't have like people like around what 10 feet tall ne එච්චර උස මිනිස්සු නෑනේ. We don't have what people around what 10 feet with a 10 feet height now. තේරයා මං අහන්නේ තේරයා ඉල්ල ගන්න බොරු බයිලා ගන්න අර like I mean the main reason Japanese people are uh, following these what procedures lamai because Japan is a country which is what it's very small but it's really populated lamai. So they're trying to what, optimize, like make the maximum use of the available space here. These are perfect examples. බලන්න. Sri Lankan houses are not like that. My goodness, නේද? උසයි අඩි 15ක ගියා. යක්කු ඉතුරු ටික හදලා යක්කුන්ටයි කුරුල්ලොන්ටයි නේද? උන් ටිකට ඉන්න. No point ළම. Don't be like that. Don't waste the space. Okay, create a house of around what 15 height long ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ but create layers. That is mezzanine. Then automated storage devices can simply using those automated arms or like computerized like arms are used to control what or move the equipments in a warehouse lamai. Like mechanical arms are used to what that move the goods stored in a warehouse. That is automated storage device. Lama. Mechanical arms are used to control the devices used in a warehouse. Lama. Next one. Equipment used in warehouse. Okay, like what are the equipments? You have the forklift. You have the forklift can done like that kind of something like this. Especially if yeah, have you guys watched Vijay movies? Lamai or Tamil? Yeah, South Indian movies. Balladeva பாக்கிற क्या சொல்லுங்க South Indian movies இருக்குதானே ஆயிரம் காலமே நீ முன்னாடி देखला like you have come across what you might have come across these what equipment lama in lot of what Tamil Indian movies the final fight is what anyway it will be available in inside the what warehouse of the villain lama there's no doubt about it. Ne? Definitely the what fight will be available in warehouse villain's warehouse lama and most of the time they'll be using these what forklift lama. Correct. Next one lama conveyor belts can like in airport lama you have these what conveyor belts can like kind of sheet lamai which rotates again. You keep the good here and it moves along lamai. Yeah, like those are conveyor belts. Some students are mentioning that it's available in Sri Lanka and some of the what? Some of the Lanka supermarkets lamai not I'm not exactly sure about it because mama dakala nahi, but some students are saying like in Sri Lanka also in foreign countries it's available. Or cashier lamai. Or metana badu tibana like it goes near the cashier. So those are conveyor belts. Then we have pallet jack lamai, the jack which is used to lift vehicles and various equipments. Then we have forklift truck lamai. Forklift truck is something which is similar to forklift but smaller in size lamai. Forklift it does not have those what are handu like it does not have something like that, but it's you call it reach truck lamai. Forklift truck or you call it reach truck. It's very small compared to forklift and it's used to what reach small spaces in the warehouse ಗೆ ಪುಡಿ ಪುಡಿ ತಂಗಳತೆ ಅಂತ ಮೇಲೆ reach truck use can I show you the reach truck versus what versus forklift is really huge lama. It's used to like kind of move lot of materials here and there. Have a reach truck lama it's about what going to the particular uh, column and like పొడి పొడి తెంగడి అంటే తమలమా reach truck use ka ameti meeting like miyagi himati forklift this is what reach truck मैं रोड में reach truck के रोड में ना पोड़ी लगा forklift it's not like that the me usually forklifting में थी रोड का लोको लगा में थी I that's a perfect example reach truck something like this and yeah the pallet jack में थी लगा pallet jack I mean this is a perfect example you can get a clear idea सुनो मत ये yeah मैं these are reach truck लगा these are not forklift these are reach truck मैं forklift है रोड में लोग कोई पाल ले आती है मैं गुस्सा नहीं आइडिया that's a reach truck sorry forklift make a reach truck mean like if it goes like this now and if this what part is very tall and if the wheels are small that's what within is a perfect example of a reach truck to reach a particular what uh kind of what column lamai and this is an example of pallet flow lamai me balan pallet flow you minna pallets me dekha the pallets these are perfect examples man here we have pallets and goods are stored on pallets and these are racks are joined to one another. It's pallet. I mean, if you take one rack, it's pallet rack. If they have only one rack, that's pallet rack. Lamai. But here what? Racks ගොඩාක් එකට join වෙලා තියෙනවානේ. So it's what? Pallet flow. Are we clear or not? But it's, I mean, if you take these what? Racks individually, it's pallet racking, but if it's as a whole, it's what? Pallet flow. Wow. Hope it's very clear. Forklift එක. These are rich trucks. All right. So kids, let's more reasons of using these equipment in warehouse is to what? To save the space, to keep the warehouse in an organized manner, and yeah, for safety purposes and to save the time limit. Those are the reasons of why we need to what? Use these equipments in a what lam, in a warehouse. So simply to what? To save the space, to keep the warehouse in an organized manner for safety purposes and to what? Save the time. So the final thing for the day is what lam, logistics. So the final thing for the day is what lam, it's logistics. With that, the lesson will be over lam. With the lesson will be over. So what is logistics lam? Logistics can it is the process of planning and implementing. What are you planning and implementing? The flow of goods and services from the point of origination for the to the point of consumption effectively and efficiently. Now that is what kids, that is what logistics. So that is logistics indeed. I'll use the entire diagram for this lemma because it's easy. So kids, what is logistics? Simply logistics is a process where you plan and do two things, plan as well as implement. So the first question is, what are you going to plan and implement? Planning and implementing the flow of what? Either goods or services from the point of origination or else from suppliers to the point of consumption, which means the consumers effectively and efficiently. எதுக்கு customer satisfy කරනවයි correct ළමයි அதுக்கு තාවට logistics කියලා කියන්නේ. So what is logistics? அது வந்து ஒரு process. அதுல நீ வந்து plan කරනවා and you plan and you just implement. What are you going to plan and implement? The flow of goods as well as services from the point of origination, the suppliers, to the point of consumptions, the consumers, effectively and efficient. Effectively and efficiently to fulfill human needs and wants. Are we precisely clear, kiddos? Are we clear with this part? Make it quick. Yes, right? Students, I want a clear response. Are we clear? Logistically, it's easy. Like, I mean, that's how you learn definitions. It's not about memorize. It's about analyzing the definition. Logistics, yes, it's a process where you plan and you implement what the flow of goods and services, how the goods and services are being flowed from where, from the point of origination or else from supplies to the point of consumptions, or else until it reach the customer effectively and efficiently to satisfy the customers. Now you call this entire process supply chain as well. Like from suppliers, raw materials are received for the warehouse. Then it's used by the producers to produce the finished goods. Then it's once again stored in the warehouse. Then it's given for the intermediaries or the distributors. Example, we have agents, wholesalers, retailers, which will be taught what in detail in next lesson, which is lesson number 11, trade. And finally, finished goods are given to the consumers. Lama, my note is not finished with that, Lama. Logistics contain two parts. One is inbound logistics, next on outbound logistics. Now, what the hell is inbound logistics? It is the process of what, Lama? Inbound logistics simply it starts from consumers and it ends from producers. Outbound logistics starts after the finished product is produced until it reaches the consumers. So simply, you can say inbound logistics, it's like the production process. Outbound logistics, it's like the distribution process. Yeah, one can say something like that, Lamani. Yeah, I would totally agree with that point. So kids, logistics, yes, indeed, we are done with that. It's like you plan what the entire flow of goods and services from suppliers to customers. It's like you plan करना वितरक नहीं, you plan and implement. So you first of all plan it, you plan how to do it, then you implement it. Like you just plan and implement how a particular product or a service is reaching the customer from supplier. The entire process, that is logistics. Now, which can be categorized as two logistics, which is inbound and outbound logistics. Inbound logistics means, Lamai, it is the process of moving raw materials from suppliers to producers. Simply what? Moving raw materials, what? Like simply you can say it is the process of planning and implementing how the what? Or else it is the process of planning and implementing the flow of raw materials, RW, the raw materials from suppliers until it reach the producers. Then what about outbound logistics? It's like how what? You plan and implement the flow what? Of finished goods of or else like after manufacturing till it reach the consumer's line. Outbound එකට producer අදාළ කරගන්න එපා. Like after manufacturing. So outbound fully speaks about the distribution process. Inbound speaks about the production process. So one can write something like that in their what? Tutor. Then kids, next one is type. We have 4 types of logistics. The last main thing for the day. And as I promised, I have finished the entire lesson with that. Types of logistics, we have balanced logistics. Balanced logistics can like the companies, they are both inbound and outbound logistics should be equally focused, which means equal focus should be given for inbound logistics as well as the outbound logistics. In other words, both the production process and the what distribution process should be equally focused. Or a very salary both should be equally focused. Now that is what freaking balanced logistics. Example, bakery items, sweet items. So, like when it comes to bakery items, sweet items, Lama, even the production process should be equally focused as well as the distribution process should be equally focused. Connect the very, production or distribution cannot be given more attention. But heavy inbound logistics, the inbound or the production process is way more complex than the outbound logistics or the distribution process. Or it's like more focus should be given to inbound than the outbound. Example, Lama, simply these are the businesses where the production is way more complex than the distribution. Adan Damari, like විකුණට example ළමයි submarines guns වගේ දේවල් it's very difficult or complex to what manufacture them but it's not that much of difficult to distribute then guns ගංග තුවක්කු වගේ දේවල් ඇඟේ හංගන් යන්න අනික හදන්න based on orders නේ ළමයි but production process is freaking difficult aeroplanes වගේ දේවල් it's really difficult to manufacture them but it's not that much of difficult to distribute them because even those things are produced based on orders. Next one, heavy outbound logistics. The opposite here, the distribution of the yeah, outbound logistics is way more complex than inbound logistics. So the production process should focus more on outbound than inbound. Hadanda amaru na habai distribute karana amaru. Eggs lamai. What about eggs lamai? Eggs hadanda amaru then. Is it difficult to what? Produce eggs lamai? Indeed, no. You need to do 2 things. What are those 2 things? Just what? Grab a hen and a what? Rooster, put it inside a what? Cabin. There we have it. We have eggs. Distribute කරන්න is it easy to distribute eggs? Is it easy to distribute eggs? Indeed no. කැඩෙනවා තැලෙනවා chop වෙනවා. What about chemicals? It's not difficult to manufacture them. අනම්මනම් කලවම් කරලා හැදුවා but its transportation process is very difficult. Glass ළමයි production is not that much of difficult but transporting glass is a hell of a difficult job. Next one, reverse logistics. අනිත් පැත්තට යනවා. Here the flow of goods and services moves from what? Consumer to supply. First of all, supply and consumer badu enava. Like the product comes from what? Supplier to consumer, and once again it returns from consumer to supplier. Example මොනවද? Gas cylinders, fizzy drinks, glass bottles ළමයිනේ. So like supplier provides when it comes to gas cylinder thing ළමයි, when it suppliers will what? Provide gas cylinders for producers, they'll what? Put gas in it, and through distributor it comes to consumers. And once again consumers what? Give the used gas cylinders to distributors. Those people will give it to the producers, and if there is any manufacturing defect in those what? Gas cylinders, it will be once again given to what? Suppliers for rechecking. So simple, it happens backwards, reverse logistics. Finally, the importance of logistics, Laman. Obviously, it's able to face it provides us the ability to face competition, it help us to become leaders of the market, it help us to what? Satisfy customers, minimize wastage cost, increase the quality. Boru දාන්න පුළුවන් නේ importance ටිකට. Competition එක waste කරන්න පුළුවන්, market එකේ leaders වෙනවා කියන්න පුළුවන්, customer satisfaction, no need to meet legal requirements, minimize wastage, minimize cost, increase the productivity, increase the quality. බොරු කොච්චර බොරු දාන්න පුළුවන්ද? எத்தனை போய் எழுத முடியும்? நிறைய முடியும். நிறைய போய் what? எழுத முடியும். போர் ගොඩක් ලියන්න පුළුවන්. Can write what? Lies a lot. So, no need of separately looking into these things. Necessity lamai, like the need, not the importance, the need of logistics in order to what? Uh, Obtain or else to what? Right? To provide right product at the right time to the consumers, to ensure production is happening smoothly, to minimize the cost, to get the maximum use of the available resources. Those are the necessity. That's why you need, there's a clear difference between importance and necessity. Necessity can why you need logistics. Importance can like what are the advantages? So like what are the end result of it? It's importance. Necessity can why should you do it? I can't. Importance can like what is the end result? What are the positive impacts of it? At the end of the day, if you follow logistics, what are the positive impacts you get? You can face the competition, you can become the market leaders, you can what? Increase consumer satisfaction, increase the quality, and so and so. But what is necessity? Necessity can why you need something called logistics. Why is it essential? Because you need to what? Obtain the or else provide the right product to the consumer at the right time. You need to conduct the production process smooth without any what? Failures. You need to minimize the cost, and you need to get the maximum use of the available resources, which is not available, but take it down. So is the as I promised, have I completed the entire lesson? Yes or no, kids? So did you guys get something from the session? Yes or no? Yes or no, Lamai? All what I taught you guys today, was it clear? There is another part in this lesson which is what? Which is like parties of logistics. I'm pretty sure you guys are not aware of it. Make a note even it's not available in the what teacher's guide. අනිත් මම ඕවා කිව්වේ නෑ දැන් මේකට කිව්වේ ඉතින් නැතිඳ තමයි. I'm pretty sure this note, yes, it might be a really important for us. I think this note might be really important. Make it dedas, make it like dedas, it was types, not the types like party logistics was first of all tested in 2022 ළමයි. ඊට පස්සේ 23 के pass paper මේ MCQ එක අහලා තිබ්බා, which means definitely 24, 25, 26 අනිවාර්යෙන්ම ආනම තමයි. I can confirm party logistics 24, 5 අනිවාර්යෙන්ම අහන්න. Indeed, it's possible. First party, second party, third party, fourth party, fifth party. You can what? Go through this as well. ළමයි දැන් මෙතනත් මම පොඩි introduction එකක් දුන්නා. If I give what? Small introduction. Like what happens in first party logistics is ළමයි, it's like direct distribution. What first party logistics can it's direct distribution. So here we have the producer. He'll be producing like here producer does the production, storing, packing, deliver. ඔක්කොම කරන්නේ producer. හදනවා, store කරනවා, pack කරනවා, deliver කරනවා to the consumer himself. There is no logistics company, no whenever logistics company නෑ නම්. Example Pizza Hut. They'll be producing it, they'll be storing it, they'll be හදනවා, හදලා store කරනවා, pack කරනවා, deliver කරනවා ඔක්කොම by himself. That is first part logistics. Second part is logistics. ළමයි once again here the producer what does the production and does the storing and packing as well. But distribution of the delivery is done by a separate company. Here the couriering part is what outsourced to another company or else logistics companies what does only the couriering part. Example Uber Eats ළමයි. What about Uber Eats? It's a perfect example, right? Uber Eats. They won't pack it නේ. Pack කරන්නේ නැහැනේ. Pack කරන්නේ producer මනේ. Like for example, let's assume Pizza Hut or else Domino's. Domino's they'll be what? Or else let's Keels වගේ ළමයි Keels එකනේ like through Uber Eats you can order products through Keels නේ. කියන්නේ Keels එකේ products ළමයි products of Keels you can what order through Uber Eats නේ. So like Keels will produce it, pack it, store it, and give it to a third party company or as a logistic company. They'll what? Do the couriering part. That is second party logistics. What is third party logistics? Ahagana. Here the producer only produce the product, okay, and provide the what and provide the storing and packaging and delivering activities to logistics company. So here, what happens in what third party logistics is like now you should have the ability of understanding what happens when these what thing increases producer के workload එක අඩු වෙලා logistics company workload එක වැඩි වෙනවා. Now that's what's happening today ළමයි. ඉස්සර producer කාරය තමයි ඔක්කොම කරේ. දැන් එහෙම නෑ. producer දැන් ඇත්තටම කරන දෙයක් නෑ ළමයි. කපටි වැඩ ඉතින් ඔය මේ logistics companies වල. Or I mean what happens is producers like at the beginning of their what lifetime of the business ඔක්කොම දුක් විඳලා දුක් මහන්සිලා කොහොම හරි තනියම ඔක්කොම කරලා හදලා ස්ටෝර් කරලා පැක් කරලා ඩිලිවර් කරලා තනියම කරලා ගේම ගාන ඔක්කොම තනියම ගේම ගානවා. හැබැයි අන්තිමට නේද කම්පැනි තනියම වැඩි දුන ගමන් like when the what company is really what famous, what does huge businessman do? සල්ලි දීලා ගන්නවා ඉතින්. Now you might think ඉතින් why is the producer selling? ළමයි business එකක් අරගෙන කරනවා කියන එක it's not a freaking easy thing, okay? අදවරුවට අද කෂ්ටම වෙලා ඉතින් පට්ට අමාරු business එකක් කරනවා කියන්නේ. Like if you are gonna what, start a business by yourself and if you want to what introduce it by if you want to expand it by yourself it will take roughly around 10 to 20 years ළමයි. I think එහෙම වෙද්දි producer හොඳ පණ ගිහිල්ලාම I mean he'll be fed up of the business even if that business in such a state he'll be really fed up and he'll be what he'll be at the age of retiring and he'll be just what be really willing to sell it to what a logistics company. That's what actually happens. Toyota මාර්ගී මැද බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එකක් දාගෙන අන්තිමට මේ චයිනීස් කම්පැනිස් වලට වික්කා. අපේ වගේ Toyota Range Rover වගේ there are a lot of companies. Then that's a new trend ළමයි. Are we clear up to this? I mean, was the practicality of these things are very clear? Yeah, so like third party, what happens is like producer is producing only. Yeah, even the storing part, the packing part, and couriering part is what done by logistic company. But හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න still producer has the controlling over the distribution process. Farmer producer he has an controlling over the what distribution process. Example මේ anchor අත්ති වගේ. I mean, example Fonterra වගේ. You know, manufacture. Are you aware that Anchor and Ratti is produced by the same company? You're aware, right? Who knew it today? Tell the truth. Anchor and Ratti is produced by the same company, which is Fonterra. Who is aware of that? Anchor Ratti. It's produced by the same freaking company. Who's aware of that? You right? Anchor Ratti දන්නේ නැහැ නේද? Both are manufactured by Fonterra. I mean, new today, right? Am I correct? So like that's a best example of third party logistics. So when it comes to Fonterra, what they do is they'll produce it. Those third-party logistics companies which are available in Sri Lanka, they will be only storing it, packing it, and what couriering it all over the country. But still, Fonterra company has what control of the distribution process. Here, the delivery, packing, storing activities are done by logistics company. Still, the management and controlling is done by the producer. Even some resources used in distribution process, even the lorries using the distribution process, not all, some might be owned by the producer. Fourth party logistics again the producer. Here the producer only what produce the product, storing, tracking, or delivering is done by the logistic company as third party logistics. And in fourth party logistics, even the management of flow of goods is within the logistic company. Control ability ka what logistic company. On the example currently. What happens? Ara pau dupat that ha farmers la karane hadani ki right. हातवाड्या पासून स्टोर करला पॅक करला कुरियर करला प्राइस कर लोक मग आरली नाही आणि किंवा डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करणे तारली के रिसोर्सेस होने माय लाइक सिंपली कहता है मैडम you here the delivering packing storing activities are done by the logistic company and here the producer does not even have the අඩුමගානේ යාගේ product එක කාටද විකිනේ price එක කීයද even the producer is not capable of what determining that but third party logistics it's not like that although the what couriering packing storing and all those shit are done by the what producer packing store करने का producer sorry me consume logistic even logistic company does the storing and packing thing along with the couriering. I mean price all those things are determined by the producer still, but in food part it's not like that. All those things are determined by the what logistics company. Example Taras घेतला I think producer ఇక్కడ పస్తే මොනවද වෙන්නේ කියලා දන්නේ නැහනේ. Producer has no controlling ability over the what distribution process. What about fifth part logistics? Simply here producer does nothing. He'll be having only a brand name. On behalf, yeah, here producer is what? Outsourcing all the activities of the business, including the production to logistics company. Like to it outsourcing their company to a Chinese logistics company. Now, like producer has only the name. Namati na like here what happens is producer product commission na come na. All the product business activities are done by what? A separate logistics activity, starting from the production, storing, packing, courier. That is fifth and the last party logistics. I think anything under there, that producer bakan nilagan nikan yeah, brand name making China like since Chinese companies are selling Toyota cars out of Toyota name, producer is getting a name, maybe make a commission, nothing else. Even iPhone is the same shit, right? But iPhone is production is even iPhone iPhone even if it's even what although it's manufactured in although it's not sold by Apple Corporation which is in America, it's manufactured in China. Am I correct? It's manufactured by a Chinese logistics company. That is the freaking truth, man. Yeah, obviously American Apple Corporation, it's an American company, but those phones are manufactured by a Chinese logistics company. Simple. So up to this point, are we clear on mine? I think I have to way more than what is required. Yes, I think I have what tutorial way more than what's required. So kids, hope the session went pretty well. We think around roughly less than 2.5 hours. I finished the entire lesson. And likewise, let's finish the remaining lessons as well. If you need any tudes, so like these one pages, Christian tudes, and all those things, I'll be having those things, contain summaries, full theory tudes, so please what? Text me, I'll send those things. Bye bye. I have another class. Honestly, God bless you. Bye.